Happy Friday and welcome.
It is Friday, huh?
Welcome back, first and foremost.
Thank you.
To the one, the only Shane Diefenbach. And you guys, welcome to the PHNX Sun Devils show. That's Dief. I'm Anthony Totri. What?
Dief, formerly Big Purr, formerly Little Purr, formerly Beefy Dief,
formerly Mustachio.
Now known as
what was it again?
Big Pokey.
How do we feel about Big Pokey?
Chat?
You like Big Pokey?
Big Pokey?
Leah, how do you feel about Big Pokey?
If he likes it, then I'm all in.
Damn.
You don't like it?
I like Mustachio more.
The Mustachio is just like, it sounds like I am a foreign.
It sounds like you're a villain.
A bad person though. Like Mustachio's coming to steal all of your ice cream.
Is that what you steal?
James Bond. Yeah.
Wow, you're a Bond villain. Wow. Yeah. Mustachio? Yeah. What's your origin story? You didn't get an offer from Kenny Dillingham?
My Slack notifications keep going off and I get pissed.
You're like, I'm going to steal ice cream.
Steal ice cream.
From James Bond.
No, my wisdom teeth holes never healed.
Oh.
So I'm just like, grow a mustache to hide my puffy face and steal ice cream to soothe my mouth.
That sounds like a foolproof backstory, to be honest with you. Enough about your plans to steal James Bond's ice cream. What's his favorite flavor, really quick?
Bond flavor.
You thought that was so fucking funny.
No, I didn't. It was so stupid.
You're tired.
She's got something.
Martini flavored ice cream.
Ooh, alcohol flavored ice cream. Yeah. I've never had a martini.
Really? Do you know what's in a martini?
No.
It's literally just either vodka, normally vodka, and I believe pickle juice. Is that correct?
No, there's no pickle juice in martinis.
Isn't it olive?
Olive juice.
Yeah.
Duh.
I hate
olives.
olives.
But you can do pickle juice.
I do it with pickle juice.
Brine,
I don't like olives, though. I really don't like olives.
Yeah, but the olive juice doesn't really taste like...
I had pickle juice yesterday. Wait.
Have you ever done a pickleback shot?
Yeah, I did.
Dude, pickleback shots?
I did one yesterday, actually.
Chat.
I'm not even joking.
I know I asked you about Big Pokey, and you guys can respond whenever. I'm going to respect your privacy. But pickleback shots, if you haven't done them.
They're amazing.
They're great. They're elite. I don't even like pickles. I love tiny pickles.
That's crazy. You don't like pickles. You know, that's worse than the butter take that you got. That's your worst take yet.
I don't hate pickles. I'm not like, ew, get them off. But like, I don't prefer them.
Okay. Well, again,
too salty. Yeah. Let's try.
I mean, that was a solid 4-minute conversation.
Yeah, 4-minute conversation about Big Pokey.
Let's talk about Arizona State, Kenny Dillingham, and as we've done for the last month, every other day, it feels like the class of 2024 continues to grow up to 14 hard commits now. Kenny Dillingham getting 2 commits in just the last 24 hours. Been talking about it pretty much all week on this show that the expectation was that Plas Johnson was going to be a Sun Devil. Chose between Kansas State and BYU a little bit last night. It's a kid that goes to Chap High School. Really does it all for the Firebirds. Special teams, offense, defense, 6'1", $165. And he is now the 5th Arizona kid in the 2024 class. Kenny Dillingham keeping his promise of recruiting in state.
Can his thing be, you just got plastered?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. That's a bad one. Yeah, it furthers the point that Kenny's been trying to hammer home, and no pun intended, but get the home guys to stay home.
Yeah.
And look, people are like, oh, it's just another 3-star to the class. It's not just another 3-star though. It's another hometown kid staying home. And again, when we had this conversation about Plas a couple weeks ago, one of my points was, he is exciting. He is a very exciting recruit, but he might not be that flashy 4.5 high 4-star that you get from a school like Desert Mountain, which they do have one. But he might not be a guy like that, but goes to a really big school, a really good athletic school in Chaparral in Scottsdale. And what I was saying a couple weeks ago was, he's going to contribute to the Sun Devils, but his contributions don't stop after he's done. The freshmen that'll look up to him when he's a senior at Chaparral are going to be like, Plas was, a mentor of mine. He went to ASU. I'm definitely going to heavily consider that. And I'm sure he's only got great things to say about Kenny. Plus, bro, if I was an impressionable high schooler and this Adonis senior walked in has like 1,000-yard season and goes, oh, by the way, that coach does magic tricks, I'd be like,
And I like it. And I like the magic tricks.
I'm walking on. I'm not even going to take a scholarship from that school.
Look, it is, if you would have told me in December what Arizona State's 2024 class would have looked like, just knowing that Kenny Dillingham was going to be the head coach, I would have still probably told you that is. You're reaching. Mm-hmm. You're reaching. At no point would have I, wow, words are hard. At no point would I have told you that they would at this point have 14 hard commits, and we are still 6 months away from early signing day. It really is mind-blowing to see what Kenny, Samples, BC, Coach Baldwin, Regal, all of them, what they've been able to accomplish in such a short amount of time. And the recruiting doesn't just stop there. The second recruit that ASU managed to get early this morning, Jayden Fortier, right? Fortier? I don't even know how to pronounce this guy's name, dog. Fortier. I want to say it's Fortier, but I could totally be wrong. 6'5", 220-pound tight end. He's the number one player in the state of Oregon. He fits the mold. I tweeted it out. He fits the mold of what an Arizona State tight end has looked like over the years. You go back to Curtis Hodges, a guy that was just a behemoth at like 6'6", 6'7". And then you look at the current Arizona State tight ends. Jalen Conyers, who I want to say is 6'4", 6'5". Messiah Swinson, 6'6", 6'7". Bryce Pierre, another giant at tight end. Like, they're just building to what they already have and bringing up Rashad Samples, BC, somebody who I don't think is getting really enough credit, whether that be recruiting or coaching in the spring, is a guy like Jason Mons, who in his very first season is doing remarkable things.
Well, yeah, I mean, the casual fan probably isn't thinking about the ASU's tight end coach because they either don't know the story or they just, aren't thinking about that connection. But one of the biggest reasons of excitement for him coming here was obviously how incredibly big of a high school football figure he is in Arizona. He's coached some really, really good players at Saguaro High School when he was there. Christian Kirk, ever heard of him? Keely Ringo, ring a bell? Like, those are some good guys.
Absolutely.
And that's not even where the list is even close to ending. Saguaro is a powerhouse, and it's the most recognizable name in football in Arizona, I would say. So having the head coach who had been rumored to go to ASU for multiple years because of how, it's that next step and it's at home. Like, it's good to have it. And we expected this, but I agree. I mean, it's definitely not getting talked about enough, and I feel like it's in part because of how, outgoing and excited this coaching staff is on Twitter. Turning Kenny's tweet notifications on is great.
Yeah.
But my God, was he on a roll today retweeting stuff? And it doesn't just end with the coaches tweeting stuff, and Mons being one of them. It's also, guys like Dylan Tapley tweeting like, who's next? And
it's fun. Champ Westbrook's getting in on it. All of them. Cole, this shows us how good a coach we got with all these players committing without coaching a game yet. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, you're getting all of these commits without them seeing what Arizona State looks like moving forward. They can tell you, they can sell you something, and now it could be worse than what they're selling. It could be drastically better.
Yeah.
Like, if it is better, if this is a bowl eligible team next year, which again, that is a low bar in terms of what Kenny Dillingham is shooting for long term at Arizona State. But you figure, if Arizona State is able to get bowl eligible following one of the worst seasons in program history off the heels of an embarrassing coaching tenure in Herm Edwards, everybody in the Pac-12 needs to be on high alert, because Kenny Dillingham is getting recruits like this, again, like Cole said, without even having coached a game outside of the spring game. And honestly, he didn't even coach the spring game. Like, the Bustin' with the Boys guys doing that.
Well, that's just the thing. I mean, like, we're not going to sit here and be like, ASU is doing something that's never been done. Like, no, they're just doing what a normal school does. They're like ranked in the 40s in terms of their recruiting class for 2024. But it's not just the fact that, like, they have a bunch of commits already. It's the fact that they're just, in the race with all of the other schools that are doing this around this time. It's a culture shift, and I'm here for it.
Well, and they're doing it, and Chris Cartman had tweeted this out earlier, right? They're not just making noise with, like, it's the number one player in Oregon. And I know he's a 3-star. We talked about it earlier today. Kind of surprised that the highest rated player in Oregon is only a 3-star. But if you turn on the tape, and we're going to get to that a little bit later, you see just how dominant this kid can be. But getting back to Chris Cartman's tweet, he tweeted, ASU has not added someone higher ranked at tight end out of high school in 14 years than Fortier, who just yesterday passed USC tight end commit Joey Olson and Oregon tight end commit AJ Pugliano to become the top-ranked 2024 prospect in Oregon as evaluated by 24/7 Sports. It's like, haven't got a tight end like this in 14 years. That is ridiculous.
I also feel like our friend Jalen has, a
little something to do with it.
A little something to do with it, not because he's, this crazy recruiter, which he probably is. A great guy. I would want to go to school with him.
Oh, yeah.
But just what he was able to do, and I know it was not even close to what he probably should have and could have been able to do because of the play calling. But once that play calling was shifted, the game against Colorado, I probably drew recruits solely from that game.
Yeah.
The way they're using him, and how he came from a big school and is now going to be on the watch list for tight end of the year in the country, and that is not a hyperbole. I genuinely believe that. It speaks volumes to what this staff can do. And that wasn't even the staff that was doing it. That was only one guy on the staff who realized this guy's good at football. Let's get him the ball.
Yeah.
And couple that with a Kenny Dillingham offense that is very, very modern.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and take a look at the tape. This is, I want to say, Jayden's junior season.
This is his junior season.
Shane, he's just a unit. He's an absolute unit. He's a giant target for any quarterback.
I always find it funny watching these tight ends high school tape. Mark Andrews was very similar, who went to my high school at Desert Mountain. They line up wide more than anything, and they're still listed as tight end just because they're massive.
Yeah.
He plays both sides of the ball, which you'll see here. But the what stands out to me is this play. Or no, not this one. There's a block coming up that stands out to me. And it's fun. It's fun to have a guy like that. He has really, really good vision here. I think this is the play. He has really good vision and can adjust. But yeah, you see him at the bottom of the screen. Good block. It's kind of out of the play. Doesn't really matter. But he does not stop. I mean, it's
like the play from the blind side.
He turns around and screams.
Lets him know.
That is what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, and I think that's what you see in the type of player that Kenny Dillingham and Arizona State want, right? We see this season already just the talent that ASU has when it comes to their offense. Jalen Conyers, Messiah Swinson, Javen Jacobs, Elijah Badger, the list goes on, right? So you want a guy that is able to make an impact on the field without having to have the ball in his hands. And you see that in a couple different plays here is when it comes to run blocking, right? He is able to make a difference for his team, and that is certainly going to have a giant impact when he does get to Arizona State. And then obviously you see what he can do when it comes to getting the ball in his hand. You just throw it up there, and the kid's going to come down with it.
Yeah,
he's built like a baby Jalen Conyers.
Yeah, but he's like, and I'm not trying to. I feel like Jalen always thinks I'm trying to take a shot at him. He's more receiver than Conyers. Jalen's more not traditional tight end because he's a freak athlete, but he looks more comfortable. Why? I have to be so careful. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but he just looks like he's lined up wide in more snaps than before. Jalen also played quarterback in high school, so he just looks more like a wide receiver than a tight end in these. And whether that be the competition or what the offense is catered towards, but there was a play in that where he caught the ball over the middle of the field at like the 50-yard line or at the 40-yard line and was wrapped up and went probably to like the 48 on the other side of the field. So that's very, very Jalen Conyers. Glenn says reminds me of Curtis Hodges. Let's hope they use him better.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine they'd use him less than the way ASU's used its tight ends, at least under the Herm Edwards era. It was tough because you'd go into every year.
You weren't a fan of Curtis Hodges, were you?
I know, I wasn't, and it's because part of that is not necessarily Curtis's fault. And maybe this is just a me thing, but when you are really tall
I knew it.
and you don't do anything with it, it bugs me.
Yeah.
Like a lot. So when you're 6'7" and your numbers they're not even average, then it bugs me. But that's not all Curtis's fault. There is a lot to be said about the play calling over the last handful of seasons at Arizona State. So Curtis, if you're watching, I apologize, kind of, not fully. If you had to make a bet on when you think the next Arizona State class of 2024 commit would be announced, when do you think that would happen?
Well, Kenny is with Kent on a jet.
Yeah.
I think he's taking a break.
You think? We haven't seen him take a break yet.
Well, not a break, but I think he would have been like, "We're going on a jet. Keep your eyes out Monday."
He said be back next week.
Yeah, he'd be back next week. So I mean, they're gonna get a commit next week. I would guess, out of respect for Independence Day on the 4th and my birthday on the 3rd, it probably won't be anything on Monday or Tuesday. Okay. So I'm gonna go with Wednesday.
Okay, we'll say Wednesday. I don't think they have that over at BetMGM, but what they do have is some free money for you guys.
Birthday odds?
Do they have birthday odds?
Mm-hmm.
What would you bet on?
The odds that my birthday is on July 3rd.
Well, what is that, minus
It's
10,000?
even money.
It's even money?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm throwing everything I have.
That's what they do today. It's basically just what they're doing. They're just giving out free money today.
That's crazy.
Every Friday.
That's a phenomenal way to put it, Shane. Phenomenal. Guys, BetMGM player is going to receive a bonus bet upon login to the BetMGM Sportsbook every Friday for the next 3 weeks. So literally, they are just handing you money for logging in. Guys, claim period extends through Saturday and Sunday, so you got 72 hours to log in to claim, and then another 72 hours to use the bonus bet after you log in. So again, log in at any point during the weekend and claim that bonus bet on the house. And if you haven't signed up yet for BetMGM, it's not too late. Use that bonus code PHNX because there's a few different offers depending on where you live. But for our Arizona audience, you guys got a good one. Place your first bet offer and receive up to $1,000 back in bonus bets. Not $100, not $200, not $300, but $1,000 back in bonus bets if it loses with BetMGM. Again, make sure you use that bonus code PHNX. Check out the show notes for full details. And now you guys get to listen to Shane's lovely voice talk about the disclaimer.
Disclaimer, 21 plus to wager. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in Washington, D.C., Mississippi, Nevada, New York, and Ontario. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369, New York. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP, Arizona. 1-800-522-4700, Kansas, Nevada. 1-800-327-5050, Massachusetts. 1-800-BETS-OFF, Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help, Michigan.
Yeah, 4 Peaks time, birthday time, Shane Monday. I don't know, man.
What was that?
I have no brain power.
That
left.
is what a voice sounds like when you've been awake since 1 a.m. Arizona time on 2 hours.
PHNX Sun Devils supports beer drinking. I know that may be controversial, especially with the holiday coming up and then the 4th of July after the holiday. But guys, drink some 4 Peaks in honor of my birthday. Go get a hazy. They're tasty.
Peach ale.
Go get a peach ale. Go get a Joy Bus Wow, maybe. Kindly get a Joy Bus Wow.
There you go. I like the way you said that.
Yeah, guys, it's just the best beer in the valley, and I missed it when I was in Nashville. Check out at 4 Peaks Brew or at 4 Peaks Pub to keep up with the latest at Arizona's hometown brewery. But you got to be 21 years or older to drink 4 Peaks. Turning 21 on Monday. Please drink responsibly as well.
Yeah, Glenn and Will and Jacob all in the chat talking about the prospective commit that we could get next week. Will that be Martell Hughes, potentially Chris Johnson? I don't think Chris Johnson is going to be a Sun Devil when it's all said and done, but it's looking like Martell Hughes might be. His commitment, I do believe, is the 7th. If I'm taking a guess, I want to say that he is committing on the 7th. Jacob in the chat, Glenn, who do you predict we will get? Keep your streak alive. Yeah, Glenn has been on fire, but I think we found the recipe to Glenn's success.
I think my brain just short-circuited.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, on that note, guys, we've talked a lot about the 2024 class lately, and rightfully so, but I do want to transition a little bit to the 2025 class. Got the chance to speak with class of 2025 quarterback commit Michael Butter Tollefson a little bit earlier today. First and foremost, just super humble kid, super nice, and he's super excited to be a Sun Devil.
He's got right opinions.
He does have right opinions.
Wow.
But
So you just waved the white flag?
Not necessarily.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. They'll get a chance to see, and they can comment on it. No, Glenn. Shane did not take an OG. If he took an OGs right now, that would be you'd be 9-8.
Taking an OGs.
What is happening out there? Damon is
Taking an OGs does feel kind of like going to Nashville for a week and then not sleeping.
all in a 3-hour period.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, enough about your OGs and your sleeping habits.
Let's talk about Michael Butter Tollefson.
Yeah, I mean, let's let Michael Butter Tollefson talk about
himself.
Michael Butter Tollefson. Guys, without further ado, a future Sun Devil. We're joined now by future Sun Devil class of 2025 quarterback Michael Butter Tollefson. Mike, thanks so much for taking the time today, man.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
So I want to just get started with, obviously, the last few weeks. It's probably been a little bit of a roller coaster for you, just actually announcing that you are going to be a Sun Devil. What have the last couple of weeks just been like at school for you?
I mean, it's been great. Just I committed to Coach Dillingham like 2 weeks before I actually posted it, and it's just felt really good just to, like get it off my mind, let everybody know that I'm finally set with where I'm going to be at for college. And, I've gotten a whole bunch of congratulations, a whole lot of questions, talked about Coach Dillingham and the staff a lot lately, but it's just been a great last couple of weeks.
Of course. When did you first meet Kenny Dillingham, and how has that relationship kind of grown over time?
Ooh, I first met him in person. He was still at Oregon. I was on a visit to Oregon about I think it was January of 2022.
Wow. Okay. So it hasn't been that crazy long. Did you know that when he got the job at Arizona State that was going to be an option for you, or were you still exploring other options?
I mean, I was always pretty close with Coach Dillingham. I mean, I was open to everybody, just talking to everybody, just trying to figure out this whole recruiting process. And really this year, starting in probably this spring, it started to get really serious with Coach Dillingham and Coach Baldwin. They started building up their relationship. We got super close. I mean, this year alone, I've been out to ASU 3-4 times. So just lately got really close, and until I made my decision, now it's set.
Of course. What was it about Kenny Dillingham, Coach Baldwin, Arizona State that made you want to be a Sun Devil?
There was a whole bunch of reasons, but I know some of the big ones were the staff is really like players, coaches, that I felt they really cared about their players, not just on the field, but off the field. And that meant a lot to not just me, but my dad, my mom, my whole family. That meant a lot. And then just my relationship with Coach Dillingham, Coach Baldwin. I mean, with Coach Dillingham, it's been built up over the years, but it was really close. It got to the point where, like we would talk every week. It kind of just felt like family, and they showed a lot of love, showed that they really wanted me, showed that I fit in their system, and that was the place to be.
Definitely. You bring up the system. What excites you about just the potential of a Kenny Dillingham offense and the way it's run?
I mean, over the years, you can see that Coach Dillingham knows how to get the most out of his offense, get the most out of his quarterbacks. He's had Jordan Travis, Bo Nix. Last year at Oregon, he lit it up. Bo Nix was at Auburn, he transferred to Oregon. People didn't know what to expect, and Coach Dillingham got the most out of him. I feel like my game relates a lot to Bo Nix, the way he could throw, he could run. And Coach Dillingham, he told me that. He made it apparent that he could use me just like that, put up big numbers. And, I mean, I just felt I fit the best in their offense. And he's put up big numbers before.
Definitely. I think I had read before that you said you had compared your game to players like a Bo Nix and a Jordan Travis. How do you feel like your game mirrors their game?
I mean, both of them, they can hurt you through the air and on their feet. And I feel like that's something I've always been able to do. Through Pop Warner, I played running back, linebacker, receiver, every position. I'm just an athlete playing quarterback. Yeah. So I feel like, through the air is really where the quarterback's going to make their mark. But when they can also hurt you on their feet, it's a whole different game.
Yeah, obviously you still got some more time at the high school level before you make your way to Tempe. Well, I'm curious, what are you looking to prove this upcoming season at the high school level?
I mean, I transferred from my old school to J. Sarah Catholic. We're in the top league in the country. We play probably the best schedule in the country. I just want to prove to people that, I can go out there and win. Last year I ran a lot. I want to show I can throw. That's my main thing. And then I just want to beat some big name teams and shock the world.
Absolutely, absolutely. Obviously, still some time again before you come out to Arizona State, but as of the last 24 hours, Kenny Dillingham, the coaching staff, getting commitments from a few other players. They got the number one player from Oregon in the 2024 class, a giant tight end. They got Plas Johnson, a 3-star athlete who really does it all over here in Chaparral High School. From your perspective as a future Sun Devil at quarterback, just what's it been like to see the weapons of the future commit to Tempe?
Oh, no. When I went on the visits, Coach Dillingham told me, like, ASU, they got weapons out there, weapons that, like, he compared to Oregon, he was very high of. And over the last couple of days, all the commitments, you can just see what Coach Dillingham and his staff had to really, like, showing recruits that they're going to build that program up and they're going to do something special. And Absolutely. I feel like all those guys can really see just the culture shift and, like, just the good vibes that the staff has when they get on campus.
Yeah. One thing about you is, and we brought it up a little bit before we even got started, but your nickname right. Butter. Where did that come from? How did that start? Who gave it to you? Like, how do you get the nickname Butter?
Man, I've had it my whole life. My mom she called me it since I was 2 years old. And I've just really grown up Butter in the school system, everything, everybody calls me Butter.
That's crazy.
I feel like it's really my advantage. It's kind of a hard name to forget. So I just go by Butter everywhere I go.
So she just called you Butter. She just started calling you. There was no, like, you weren't obsessed with butter as a kid or something like that?
No, I wasn't obsessed with butter. It was just in a song that she used to sing to me. So she ended up started calling me it. And, I mean, it stuck 16, 17 years.
Wow, that's crazy. I don't know if you saw, but after you had announced your commitment, Coach Dillingham had actually tweeted, I want to say the next morning, of, like, what you prefer on, like, toast in the morning. Butter, jam, jelly, peanut butter, whatever. So I got to ask you, if you had to choose just one of those things, I know you're a slightly biased since your nickname is Butter, but if you had to choose, what are you going with?
I'd have to probably go with, like, some strawberry jelly. I can't
There we
lie.
go.
You could put the butter underneath, but you got to have some flavor on there. So probably the strawberry jelly.
Okay. I wanted to make sure that you had the right answer. We got into this on the show last week. I'm not a giant butter guy. Like,
come on.
I've never had butter on toast, like, by itself. I just, like, I've never really tried.
I'll tell you what, you got to get the sourdough bread toast. And
okay.
With the butter on there, that's really good. You got to try that one out.
That's the Tollefson special right there. Some sourdough in the morning. Okay, that's the pregame ritual that you got going.
Kinda, a little bit.
What is your pregame ritual? Do you have one?
Just team meal. After team meal, go in the locker room. Just put on some headphones, get locked in. Go out on the field. I like to warm up. Like, the whole team does their warm ups, but I kind of like to stay out there and be by myself, just listening to music for a little bit longer than the rest of the team. Just get locked in. It kind of depends on the game. Some games are super hype, like, let's go run somebody over. And some games are kind of, let's pick this team apart. So it really just depends.
Absolutely. For anybody that hasn't seen your game, how would you describe it outside of comparing it to a direct player?
Man, I'm a football player. I like to make plays. If the pocket breaks down, I'm gonna improvise. I'm gonna make something happen. If I take off, if I'm on my feet, I can make something electric happen. And then I'm fully confident I can make every throw on the field. So, I mean, I think it's pretty fun to watch me play.
Absolutely. Before we get you out of here, what would your message to Sun Devil Nation be?
Coach Dillingham, the staff, they're building something special. Just all the recruits that get on campus, all the guys I talked to, they could really feel it. Coach Dillingham, something special. On and off the field, he's a really great guy. The whole staff, Coach Baldwin, they're going to do special things. And, in the next few years, we're going to make something happen, definitely. Forks up.
Definitely. Thank you so much for taking the time this morning, Butter.
Of course, anytime. Thank you.
Does he even have his driver's license yet?
I don't know. 16, 17, I think he said he was.
Yeah.
He might.
He is the epitome of confidence and not arrogance.
Yeah.
He said, I think I'm pretty fun to, to watch play football, and I love that. I also love how he said, "I'm just an athlete playing quarterback." Yeah, I'm excited for him. He's a Sun Devil, man.
It's going to be exciting, and I think another thing to hear, and you hear it from a lot of recruits, and you said it pretty early on, is he loves the coaching staff. They're very player friendly, right? Which is I feel like very different than what you get with some of the bigger time programs out there. And it's not necessarily right or wrong. It's just a different style. But it's nice to see that these kids can see that, right? That they've met with coaches and they can identify the difference between a player-friendly coach and not necessarily a non-player-friendly coach, but a coach that is a little bit more routine is probably the word I would use. And I think you're seeing a different style, right? Like Herm was a player's coach. Todd Graham, less of a player's coach. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how this era, the Kenny Dillingham era, at least functions on the field, right? Because recruiting is it's such a slim part of the battle. And I would say that Kenny Dillingham and the staff are doing a really good job to win in terms of recruiting. Now we'll see if this translates to the field. But getting back to what you said, I think it's super exciting to have a guy like Butter not necessarily be the future yet, but be a guy that, is expected to be a Sun Devil.
Forward to.
Yeah, you've got something to look forward to at the end of the day, which for a while Arizona State fans didn't necessarily have.
Nope.
But something they could always look forward to was Burrito Express. Was, but I'm talking way, way long
Past,
ago.
Past, present, future.
Burrito Express. It's
burrito
the place.
Christmas past.
And I had a new flavor. I had a new burrito. Yeah, that's the right terminology, right? Flavor? Kind?
Just a burrito.
I had the machaca hot.
Yeah.
I had the machaca hot.
I've told you.
It is. This. Okay, so, and this just seems to be my theory with all burritos from Burrito Express, is to get it and then add bacon. So I want to get a machaca hot and add bacon, because I think that might be the new move. No more shout out Leah, although the steak and salsa is fire. I'm going to go ahead and shout out Max for the machaca hot.
Bro,
Have you been on the machaca hot?
I told you to get a machaca hot, add bacon like 4 months ago.
I don't think you did. I feel like that's something I would definitely remember. Like, definitely. No? Okay. Well, if you don't believe me, give it a try for yourselves, guys. I've got locations all over the valley. Check them out and give them a follow on social at Burrito EXP. Will knows what's up. Machaca hot with bacon is elite. All caps.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. What do we think about the San Diego State announcement? We covered that already, right?
The San Diego State announcement?
Did they do something else?
Oh, yeah. They announced today that they're not leaving.
What?
Yeah. You didn't see that?
No, I've been doing things all day. Really?
Yeah. Tell the fine folks about OGs and we'll get into it.
When did that happen?
That happened a couple hours ago, or like an hour ago. Tweeted out. That's crazy. You didn't know that?
No. I've been in my computer the entire time. OGs, don't miss out on their latest flavor, pink lemonade. So good. Get your pink lemonade gummies while you can. Flying off the shelves. Check out OGs online at ogsbrands.com and on Instagram at ogsbrands. Guys, if you need to sleep, if you just want to chill, if you want to
play video games,
for any occasion, OGs. It is elite. You can also find their products at your local dispensary, but you got to be 21 years or older to purchase.
San Diego State has informed the Mountain West that the Aztecs are not leaving the league. Source has confirmed to The Athletic today was the deadline for SDSU to give official notice to leave in 2024 without exit fee doubling to $34 million. So, not leaving this anytime soon. Losers.
Have fun in your Snapdragon Stadium.
Can you blame them?
Yeah.
Given how slow the Pac-12 is moving on their media rights deal?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Money's to blame. I don't know.
Money's to blame. Kliavkov is to blame.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is. Hey, it takes many to tango, I guess, right? No.
Clint also saying 18 is young and 27 is old. Did we say 27 is old?
Well,
Totri has called me old, yeah.
Oh. I'm guessing y'all are 23. I turned 26 on
the 3rd.
On Monday.
Yeah.
Guys, it's my birthday on Monday.
23 though, that's a compliment.
There's no way he thought I was 23.
No?
No.
How old would you think, Leah, how old, just if you didn't know, Shane looks?
That's
I don't know.
23?
It's like one of those things where I just know him too well,
Yeah.
so I can't say
fair.
that.
That's fair.
how old do you think I look?
You look 27-ish. You look 27.
Time for hot or not.
Let's get into hot or not. It is Friday. Leah and Shane are back. So, Leah, without further ado, who is hot this week?
All right. Let's see what I got here. I have to see the names. Da 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 da. I
Did we
think I
get
might.
Shane for a third week?
I think it might be. Yeah.
Wait, third?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been hot for like a month straight, dog.
Yeah. I mean, I deserve it this week.
I feel like we say
Shane-
this at
no,
the
no.
end of every week.
But literally, Shane deserves it this week. He was the MVP in Nashville. And we
I
couldn't have done
also,
it without
I'm
him.
going to deserve it next week because it's my birthday next week. My birthday week
It's
next
not.
Well, you also won't
You're not
be
going to
here.
be here Friday.
week. Yeah, I'm going to be hot.
I don't think you are.
I think so. I'm physically going to be hot.
I think Will is hot. I think that's what it is.
We should do a chat one.
No,
Chat.
we should.
Let's
That would be
replace
sick.
Sean. Replace Sean with chat.
We would need to make a whole new thing, but we definitely can.
Okay. Well, once you make the new thing, then you can be hot that week for making it. And then the next week, Jack can be hot.
Hoot
Leah,
or Newt?
what is the first topic?
All right. It is 4th of July coming up. So, hot or not? Fireworks.
Not hot. Not hot. Not hot.
Yeah, not hot.
They're loud. They're annoying. I don't see the point in them. Like, why is there like purpose for why we do fireworks every year?
I don't know. They're loud. I mean, they can look really cool. Professional fireworks, like at like Disneyland and shit, are awesome because they're like,
Professional.
yeah. No. Not
But
hot.
like just mid-ass.
yeah.
They're
Yeehaw, honky tonk fireworks. Also,
Honky tonk?
sparklers suck too.
Sparklers are dumb.
They're so stupid. You know what I really like? I said this on Bets this morning. Those little like glowworm things where you light them.
Glowworm
And
things.
they're like tar basically. You light them and they move like a worm on the ground.
I've never seen that.
You gotta find one. They're
Huh.
super fun.
Yeah, but the majority
Chat,
of
do you know what
fireworks
I'm
not
talking
hot.
about?
Not hot at all. Leah, what do we have for a second topic?
All right. This one, I thought of this one because we were just in Nashville and we were on the streets and we saw a lot of this. So,
Hot dog vendors?
No.
Glizzy vendors.
Hot or not? Party bikes, like those things that
Ooh.
drive around
Alright, I
downtowns and stuff.
I don't like things that like mass groups of people enjoy, because they are annoying. Like not like mass groups of people, like, but I mean like at one time, like a party on a bike is, I don't know. I've never been on one. I'm sure they're probably fun when you're doing them.
Logistically,
like-
are you pedaling it? You're making it go?
Technically, yes, but you don't really have to because it can drive itself.
Okay, so party bikes, not hot, but I have seen an alternative in Scottsdale specifically. There's like this TikTok account that they have like, what's the term? You know, like the trailers. It's like an open trailer in the back, and it's like this big thing. There's like,
Did you see somebody getting kidnapped?
no, it's like this big thing, and there's like they play just loud ass music. It's super open. They serve alcohol on it, and you could rent it out for like $60.
That sounds illegal. And
It
not
looks
real.
dope as hell. That's hot. The bikes that they have are not hot at all.
I don't know. Leah, you've been on.
I've
a
also
party
never-
on a
yeah, I've
bike.
never done them.
What do you think?
So I've been on it a couple of times actually,
Uh-huh.
and the one time I went on it for a friend, but I didn't drink because I had to go to work that day, and it was not hot, not
Yeah.
fun. But I did it for my birthday once, and I was drunk, and it was with all like my closest friends, and it was so freaking fun. And you have to just actually, I've done it 3 times now that I think about it.
Jeez.
But you have to just lean into it. Like
Yeah.
you can't be embarrassed. You just gotta like lean in.
I feel like you gotta have a good group too.
Yeah,
You do. You all have to be on the same vibe.
I also just, I think I don't hate that. I hate mass groups of drunk people. Like that's just, woo, and not my thing. You know?
Matt, what about small groups of drunk people?
Yeah, that's fine.
What is okay?
Just somebody getting drunk.
Before we move on, what is like the cutoff capacity?
5. If they're five people screaming, going woo, I'm like those guys / gals are having fun. If
But
there's
6,
six, it's like, oh,
call the
geez.
police.
disorderly conduct.
Oh my God. Okay. Before we get out of here, what is
Not
our
hot.
third topic, Leah?
All right.
Hot dog vendors.
No. It's NBA free agency today. The Suns have made some crazy moves.
The Suns pulled their qualifying offer for Jack Landale, and now he's
Yeah.
a free agent. So
Yeah.
that really sucks.
Hot
don't
or
know
not
why.
that. Just kidding. Hot or not, super teams.
Ooh. Not hot. I love building things from the ground up. That's just like I do.
Like Lincoln Logs? Is that what you're about?
It's not the ground up. That's just.
It is from the ground up.
Now you're just stacking wood on top. I mean, I guess.
That's literally fucking building, Shane. That's how buildings are built.
Yeah, I guess, but you're not you're not like putting foundation in the ground. I'm sorry. You're right. That was stupid. Lincoln Logs, hot as hell.
Lincoln Logs hot as hell.
Yeah,
Oh my God. Legos too?
yeah.
Oh God.
What was it?
Super
Super
teams.
teams. Yeah, I miss Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson. I'm really scared for this team. I don't like super teams. Not hot.
It's more fun when the way you do it the way Giannis did it. It's more fun, and I feel like it means more. But the super teams that are super team being built in Arizona with the Suns could be fun. So hopefully they change my mind. Hopefully they change super teams to being hot. But regardless, it's never going to be as hot as Illegal Pete's. Guys, patio season is here, which means it's time for some patio beers at Illegal Pete's. Doesn't matter if it's their Tucson location or their Tempe location. And I know it's Friday, but in just a couple days, it's going to be Margarita Monday over at Illegal Pete's. Exclusive to Arizona locations. They're going to have $3 margs all day, every Monday. Nothing brightens up that Monday mood more than soaking up the sun with a few margs. And don't forget about Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, well, also just don't go to Illegal Pete's. It's a lot better than these knockoff Illegal Pete's. Not going to name names, but like, don't
Their
go,
food is like, they care about it.
Just don't go to like Unlawful Allen's. Go to Illegal Pete's.
Unlawful Allen, that's a place.
No, it's just Illegal Pete. Unlawful.
Oh, I
It was
got it.
stupid
I
and
got
dumb.
it. Legal Larry's.
Yeah, don't go to Legal Larry's. Go to Illegal Pete's. Yeah, I should have been the opposite.
Guys, back to Taco Tuesdays. $2 tacos all day, every Tuesday. Enjoy your favorite chicken, pork, and veggie tacos for just $2. So swing by and start your week off the right way over at Illegal Pete's. I love you, Shane. I love you
What do
so
I
much.
have?
You're Foco. You're going. I know you're putting in
You know what?
so much
You know
work.
what? You know
did
what?
such a good
You know
job.
what? Uno reverse card.
That's not how that says our pack. That does not say Uno reverse. No, you can't keep doing this. That is crazy, guys. Foco is a leading manufacturer of sports and entertainment merchandise with a product line that includes apparel, accessories, toys, collectibles, novelty items, and literally so much more. They got the best officially licensed gear for all sports and fandom. Guys, they got like everything that you could possibly want. They decked out our entire set full of Foco stuff. They donated some awesome pieces, whether that be the little Lego set over there, the hat in the back. They got it all, and they've always got your back for Arizona sports, and they have ours too. Get the best gear around by visiting Foco.com and using code PHNX for all non-presale items. Use the promo code PHNX for 10% off. No, you fuck off. You left when I needed you most. Guys, if you enjoyed the content today, give us a follow at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Tochi. You can follow the man sitting crisscross applesauce on the ground like a tired little boy at Shane Deef.
Being big pokey as always.
We'll see you Monday at 2 p.m. But for now, enjoy your weekend, guys.
Say happy birthday to me on Monday. If you don't, you're bad. You're bad. You're bad. You're a bad chat.
Go to sleep. Peace.